In the space of living with perceived disability in transportation and public, where do you see India heading within the next couple of years?
So as far as disability is concerned, as I said, that PWD is now really strong and they're promoting a lot of disability and the awareness, about it. I personally see, so I've been to Goa recently and I've seen a lot of restaurants have started putting ramp, a lot of, even on the airports I see a lot of ramps are there. Over everything else, thanks to social media, a lot of awareness about disability is rising high, and I can see that beyond sympathy, there is something called as I intentionally want to help you. That's through social media, and I see India going into that direction. So it is less of sympathy and it is more with the right intention to help to a person with a disability. That's where I see India is moving towards. In terms of infrastructure, again, as I said, it's not 100% what it has to be compared to any other country that I've traveled to. But yes, it is at least taking some initiative towards making the infrastructure easy for people with disability.
Yeah. If I may add to that, I would agree with all those points, but I think it's extremely slow. Of course, it's not going to happen in the next 3 years, maybe in the next 30 decades, maybe if I live to, I live and if I'm on a wheelchair because of my age, maybe I get to finally be in a country that's more accessible to all of us. But I would also want to mention over here that accessibility and having a barrier-free environment are the norms in a public space, and when I say public space, I mean spaces of recreation, which are like malls and places of shopping, etc. Gaming arcades, stuff like that. And if that space does not have the right kind of access, they are not given the certificate of incorporation. So you can say it's a kind of a compulsion in a way right now, to a certain extent. So although it's great that finally people are complying and there is more accessibility, of course, I am not cribbing about it. But I wish to live in a time where we have housing societies that are more accessible. Because I being a disabled person, and thankfully because my movement is more, I don't feel the inaccessibility as much as a wheelchair user. But even today, I cannot call a friend home who's a wheelchair user, So I want to live in a time where housing societies are more accessible, and we believe in accessibility beyond the mandate, and where we live in a time where inclusion is not an afterthought. So thank you.